Welcome to the Texas Department of Transportation or TxDOT San Antonio District's in-person open house with the virtual option for the I-37 project from State Loop 13, locally known as Southeast Military Drive, to I-410. This is a pre-recorded presentation. My name is Elvia Leyva, and I am a part of the consultant team working on this project on behalf of TxDOT. I would like to welcome and thank you for participating in this open house. The in-person open house is being held on Thursday, August 28, 2025, from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Embassy Suites by Hilton San Antonio Brooks Hotel and Spa, 7610 South New Braunfels, San Antonio, Texas. The virtual open house was posted online on August 28, 2025 at 5 p.m. and will remain online for at least 15 days. Please note that you may pause this presentation at any point to allow more time to view the slides, and you may also navigate forward or backward as needed. The meeting materials, project information, and details on the in-person open house can also be found at www.txdot.gov by typing I-37 from SL13 in the search bar. Driving like a Texan isn't just about getting around. It's about showing the pride, respect, and kindness that make our state great. Whether it's letting someone merge, staying focused behind the wheel, or always buckling up. Small actions make a big difference. When we drive with courtesy and care, we keep our roads safe and show what it truly means to be a Texan. The proposed project is located in Bexar County and would include work on approximately 1.95 miles of I-37 and approximately 0.4 mile of Southeast Military Drive, also known as State Loop 13 or SL13. This project proposes to reconstruct the existing interchange to a diverging diamond interchange, add a new overpass over the interchange, extend the southbound frontage road with a transition into an auxiliary main lane that would end at the exit ramp to I-410, and add shared use paths or SUPs, which can be used by both bicyclists and pedestrians. No additional right-of-way would be required and no displacements are anticipated. The project is anticipated to cost approximately $40 million to construct and includes funding from Bexar County and from the Federal Air Quality Improvement Program. The goals and objectives for this project are to improve traffic operations at the I-37 and SL13 interchange, alleviate congestion due to increasing traffic, and improve mobility and safety throughout the project area. A traffic analysis was performed to analyze the impact of the proposed improvements on traffic flow, impacts to travel time, or the time it takes to traverse a route between any 2 points was investigated for this study. Travel time is an indicator of congestion levels and performance of a transportation system. Travel time, which is reported in seconds, was determined along the I-37 corridor from just south of Pecan Valley Drive to a point north of I-410. Travel times were determined in the northbound and southbound directions for 2028 with and without the proposed project improvements. It is expected that the project improvements will reduce travel time by about 46% for drivers traveling southbound along the I-37 project corridor and by about 81% for drivers traveling northbound. To analyze the impacts of the DDI on traffic flow through the I-37 and SL13 interchange, Travel time was determined for two key routes between the I-37 southbound main lanes and SL-13 and the I-37 southbound main lanes and Goliad Road. Traffic flow through the I-37 and SL-13 interchange is expected to substantially improve with the DDI, allowing drivers to travel through the interchange with minimal delay. It is expected that the project improvements will reduce travel time by about 90% for drivers traveling along the two key routes shown. The project's study area is located within the limits of the Brooks Area Regional Center, which is considered an emerging activity center and a major catalyst for growth in the city of San Antonio. It is expected that traffic growth will continue in future years as the project area and its vicinity are redeveloped. This growth is reflected in the projections of annual average daily traffic shown in the graph. Without any improvements, substantial delays will be experienced by drivers traveling through the I-37 corridor and SL-13 interchange, as was noted in the previous slide. An assessment of the safety conditions was conducted to understand the needs of the project corridor and identify potential improvements. The crash hotspot map shown is a visual representation of the frequency of reported crashes along I-37 between 2019 and 2024. There were 3 reported fatalities and 11 crashes that resulted in serious injuries within the I-37 project limits. The highest frequency of crashes are noted at the I-37 and SL-13 interchange. Considering the results of an alternative analysis, TxDOT is proposing to convert the existing interchange of I-37 and SL-13 to a diverging diamond interchange, or DDI. A DDI temporarily moves crossroad traffic to the opposite side of the road within the interchange. This allows greater ease in accessing or exiting from I-37, improves traffic flow, and improves safety by reducing conflict points. This slide shows a still image from a fly-through visualization of the proposed project, which can be viewed on the TxDOT meeting page or at the in-person open house. More information on DDIs, as well as other types of innovative interchanges, can be found on the TxDOT website using the URL shown on this slide. This slide presents the existing and proposed typical sections for I-37 south of the SL-13 interchange. The project proposes a southbound frontage road between SL-13 and a relocated southbound entrance ramp, as shown in the second typical section. Additionally, an auxiliary lane is proposed for I-37 southbound between the relocated entrance ramp and the existing exit ramp to I-410, illustrated in the third typical section. No additional right-of-way will be required for this project. The proposed DDI will be built within the footprint of the existing interchange at I-37 and SL-13, as noted in the existing and proposed typical sections shown in this slide for SL-13 at the I-37 overpass. The DDI will move SL-13 traffic to the opposite side of the road within the interchange. The drainage impacts of the proposed project improvements have been evaluated. Based on the drainage analysis, no significant impacts are anticipated within the project area or the 100-year floodplain. The proposed drainage improvements include culvert extensions near the I-37 interchange and Goliad Road intersection with SL-13, a concrete lined ditch along the proposed southbound frontage road, replacement of the existing storm drain system at the SL-13 interchange, and an upsized culvert near the southern end of the project. The environmental studies conducted for this project are underway and will comply with the National Environmental Policy Act, or NEPA, process. NEPA requires federal agencies to evaluate the environmental and related social and economic effects of their proposed actions prior to making decisions and to provide opportunities for the public to review and comment on those evaluations. The environmental studies will identify and assess potential impacts to the natural and human environment, including air quality, traffic noise, land use, geology and soils, biological resources such as vegetation and threatened and endangered species, farmlands, water resources, hazardous materials, community impacts, historic and archaeological resources, and protected lands such as parks. The results of these studies will help the project team make informed decisions as the project design progresses. The environmental review, consultation, and other actions required by applicable federal environmental laws for this project are being carried out by TxDOT pursuant to 23 U.S.C. 327 and a Memorandum of Understanding dated July 17, 2025, and executed by FHWA and TxDOT. This project is a reevaluation and expansion of an I-37 frontage road project that was environmentally cleared in 2016 but not constructed. Due to the time since the original environmental studies and the proposed expansion of the project, potential environmental impacts are being reassessed. The currently proposed project includes the extension of the southbound I-37 frontage road and bicycle and pedestrian elements, but also proposes a reconstruction of the I-37 and SL13 interchange. The reevaluation will assess potential environmental impacts to the new, larger project area. It will also evaluate any changes in the existing environmental conditions since the previous environmental technical reports in the context of the proposed project. No additional right-of-way was or is required, and no displacements are anticipated. This slide shows the estimated project timeline. In the next steps of the environmental process, all comments received during the comment period will be reviewed, and responses to comments will be provided in the official meeting record. All comments will be taken into consideration during the schematic development and environmental documentation process. Comments can be submitted by the following methods: filling out a comment card at the in-person open house and dropping it in a comment box, providing a verbal comment to the court reporter at the in-person open house, emailing your comment to i37@icf.com, calling 210-201-4499 and leaving a recorded message, or by mailing your comments to the address shown on the slide. Comments must be received or postmarked by Friday, September 12, 2025, to be included in the official meeting documentation. Responses to comments received during the comment period will be included in the open house summary report that will be posted on the TxDOT meeting page when completed. Thank you for participating in this open house. If you have any general questions regarding the proposed project, please contact Alejandra Gallegos, Professional Engineer, Hewitt Zoller's Consultant Project Manager, at 915-295-3503, or email i37@icf.com. Please don't hesitate to contact the project team with any questions or comments. Questions and comments can be submitted at any time during the project development process, but comments will only be included as part of the official open house summary report if received or postmarked during the comment period. This concludes the open house presentation.